Oh my God, I accidentally adopted 7 children. At Kirkton Park in the Hunter Valley, Kia are releasing their updated Carnival, which is just a stretched Sorento. Let's have a look at it in some detail. But inside is where all the love in Carnival happens. The interior looks pretty classy for a car that was from, once, a company that did cheap and cheerful. This is not so cheap, but it is very cheerful. And in the centre, easily laid out dash. The infotainment system at the top, 8-inch in this Platinum model, 7-inch in the bottom model. Part of that is CarPlay. And to connect to Apple CarPlay, make sure your phone's unlocked, plug your cable into the USB, and it now says that CarPlay is connected. It's taken all the features off your phone and it's put them on the screen. And to access them, just press the media button. Then you use CarPlay exactly like you would on your phone. You can use Siri just as you would on your phone, and you can also make and receive calls and messages just as you would on your phone. And you can do it completely hands-free by simply saying, "Hey Siri," without pressing any buttons whatsoever.
What do you want to say?
Good morning.
Your message to Matt says, "Good morning." Ready to send it?
Yes, I am.
I'll send your message.
Thank you very much. Oh, you went away. She can be very, very touchy. I'm feeling a little bit cramped in this second row, so Mr. DeMille, I'm just going to move the seat forward. With the button that's conveniently located for the rear passengers. Okay, so I didn't adopt 7 children. It's fairly obvious that that's never going to happen. But if you did have 7 children, or 7 adults for that matter, and yourself, what kind of car would you buy? A lot of people now would just buy an SUV, but SUVs only have 7 seats max. This has got 8 seats, and they're all easily accessible. And there's a bunch of ISOFIX, 3 in fact, plus there's 4 child restraint points. That's not something every car can say. Not only that, you can configure the seats in any number of ways. Look at this. This is me putting my bike into the back. You can see how deep that is. The seats you can fold over, you can bend, you can fold out of the way, and the best thing about this is 2 sliding doors, one either side at the back. You can get into the second row easily, and by tumbling those forward you can get into the third row easily. And if grandma's on board, even she can manage to get into the third row. There are 2 engines in this car. Well, not 2 engines in this exact car because that would be a bit inconvenient, but there are 2 engines in the range, a 2-litre diesel and a 3-litre V6. Now what a lot of people don't realise is that some people movers are built on a van platform. In other words, it's a van converted into a people mover. This is not. This is a stretched SUV. This is a stretched Sorento. Now Sorento can only have 7 seats, that's a given. But inside, the rest of this car is Sorento. Imagine it as a Sorento with sliding seats and sliding doors. There are 3 cars in all, the SLi and this Platinum. There are 2 engines. This car has the diesel. There's 1 transmission and 1 transmission only, and it is new for this facelifted model. It's an in-house Hyundai Kia 8-speed auto, and it is a peach. It is a peach. It feels fabulous. Lots of people have this thing about driving people movers. They say they're like a little bit rubbish. But this isn't rubbish at all. This feels like a Sorento. So here we are sitting at 80 kilometers an hour, and this kind of feels like I'm driving someone's lounge room. You could easily sleep in this car if you wanted to, no problem at all. It's as easy to drive as a Sorento. And think about this for a minute. This is 70 centimeters longer than a Mazda 3. That's only this much longer than a Mazda 3. Does it feel big? Sure, it certainly feels very wide. The cabin is really capacious. And with that space comes an atmosphere of lightness and airiness. As for equipment, the Midlife update to this car has brought active cruise control, lane warning, though not active. You do just get a beep when you go in and out of the lane, which frankly is annoying and useless, and I'd just turn it off. And active emergency braking across the range. Some other cars, even expensive ones, don't have active emergency braking across the range. Also new to this model is the electric handbrake, and this also has brake hold. So activate that button, you pull up a set of lights and the brakes come on. Then you just take your foot off the brake at lights and the car holds the position for you until you're ready to take off. Just give it a gentle dab of the accelerator and off you go. The best part about this car is the space. There is no doubt in my mind that you could get bigger cars or better cars or cheaper cars or whatever, but the value for money for this car is absolutely extraordinary. So there you go. This is a really great car. It is really good to drive. And along with extra features like the automatic tailgate and those extra safety features I spoke about, the Carnival makes really good sense and it's really good value. As always, don't forget to subscribe.